But like almost your Tour de France stage win was like everyone knew that was coming. It was like that move is coming. I'm almost like I'm not letting Ben Healy behind me if I'm in that group because you know you're dropping 10 yards off the back of that group and running at them. Like, what does your power look like for those type attacks? Like, how choreographed is it? Are you looking and thinking, okay, here's my 1 minute to create separation. I know what I'm sitting at, and then I know the power I'm at for the next 5 minutes to stretch the gap, and then my cruising speed.
Yeah, well, I'm not really looking at the power to be honest. It's all about catching people by surprise. Because like I mean, people can see like I lose every sprint I do. So if I go to the line, I'm screwed. But also like that, like I don't attack very hard either because I just physically can't. So I need to catch people by surprise. And like if I do that on a climb, I need to be stronger than everyone. Which in that group in the tour, like the Simon Yates, there's Quinn Simmons who was on absolute fire that week, Matthew Van der Poel. I'm not exploding away from these guys, and like I'm not just simply dropping them outright on a climb. And so once I was in that break, there was a conversation with the DS is like, you need to find me a place where I can go and people aren't going to expect it. And where I went was like this kind of like twisty downhill with like a slight little rise. Like it was nothing, but it's just enough that everyone would like slow down and I could come with some speed by behind and he like stamped that in. And I was like, okay. I got to the back on the descent, and everyone lets you do that then, because like, oh, he's not going to attack on the descent. It's super easy to follow. But like we knew what was coming, and I just found that moment perfectly. Came with a bit of speed. They hesitate, and bam, I'm gone. And then once I got that 20 meters, then it's just about yeah, sticking my head down and riding like as efficiently as I can. And the thing that I think about is you know, I can get super air on the flat and save a bit of energy and yeah, then get real air on the descents and like really like rest and recover and then I just whack the climbs as hard as I can. And obviously that needs to be done with in mind how many K or whatever I've got to go because you've got to pace the effort. But I feel like that really plays with people as well because then they're like they go, oh, we're bringing him back now, and then you hit the climb, like, okay, we'll just push a little bit, and we'll really bring him in. But then I whack the climb as well, and the gap goes out, and then that just like
Morale.
completely destroys,
Yeah.
yeah, completely destroys the morale of people. So that's kind of the thing that I'm aiming to do.
How scientific is the pacing for those solo moves? Are you leaning into like the W ball modeling? And we're seeing a lot of the World Tour coaches start to figure out. I know Dunbar used this W ball modeling with Vector for his Vuelta stage win, or is it old school instinct?
To be honest, that's the first time I've heard of that. So yeah, yeah, I don't know.
It's
No, it's
actually really
just
cool. It's
yeah,
yeah, so few of the teams are using it. Yeah, I think Visma are using it. Archaea are using it randomly. A couple of others, but yeah, it's this idea that we've moving away from threshold power into critical power, and then above critical power we have W prime, and you can start to figure out. Like if you had to pace a 60k effort, the fastest way to get to the finish isn't a linear pacing from 0 to 60k because you're going to have to ride the climbs harder than that. So you instinctively probably ride the climbs, I don't know, 420, 430 watts up the climbs, a little bit less on the downhills. W Ball starts to figure out how hard you can push on those climbs without blowing. Like, if you ride a bottom of a climb at 600 watts after whatever, a minute, 2 minutes, you're going to blow your lights. It gives, I guess, mathematical expression to what you probably intuitively know as a bike rider.
yeah. No, yeah, that kind of sounds like what I do anyway, But I think that's something that I'm kind of just quite instinctively good at. I've done so many long solos and stuff like this. I know how to pace that effort. But then I guess the thing that doesn't take into the equation is like actually how far are the people behind you and who's chasing you. It's yeah, like in that instance, like I got to a climb like halfway through that and who was it, Quinn Simmons and Michael Storer, they were coming back at me, and then like that's a point where okay, maybe it's pacing's out the window, then you just got to stay your head over that climb,
Yeah.
but then you got to refine that rhythm again. So yeah, it's I think that's something that I'm pretty good at. Like even for a TT, so many guys are like stuck to a pacing plan, but I never ask for one, because I really try and feel it, and every day is different, and every day is different to what you can do.